Good day, everyone. My name is Sir Ersan Ira Selection, and we are now here in the recorded video of our simulation class lesson on the history of mathematics, which I have given to my grade 5 and grade 6 students from Academia de San Gabriel of Valenzuela. Our topic is the origin and history of mathematics. So this is just a simple topic for our simulation class. Okay, so we have to ask first, where did the word mathematics originate from? So it is said that it came from the Greek word mathema, which means what one learns, what one gets to know, or in the modern day, it also means study, science, or lesson. So you can see there's the word science. So you really cannot separate mathematics from science. For elementary students, uh, they will have this realization na minsan nadadalian sila sa math pero hindi sila nadadalian sa science, and the other way around. When they go to a higher level, they will realize that these two, mathematics and science, are inseparable. Like, you really have to deal with numbers when you go to, for example, in chemistry, computation for energy. In physics, you have to compute for distance, etc., etc. So they are forever married. So you can separate mathematics from science. Okay. Today we define mathematics as the study or of the relationship among quantities, magnitudes, and properties. So as you can see in the first question, this is a question of quantity. So gaano karami? So how many apples in the basket? So it answers uh, how many. You will give an answer that will tell the people or tell people the amount of apple that there is in the basket. Okay. Next is magnitude. So an example is the question in bullet number 2. How hot is the pancake? So you're not asking about how many pancakes, but you're asking about the property of that specific food, the pancake, which is temperature. So you want to know how hot it is. So that is the magnitude for temperature. So for the third question, this answers the the properties of, for example, as given the toy. Okay, it is asking for the color and for the shape. So in mathematics, we have to see the relationship among um, these three aspects: the quantities, magnitude, and properties. So that is how we define mathematics today. But of course, um, if we will go back in history, we will realize that it doesn't come as is. Like, people in the early or in ancient years or era, they do not have right away the knowledge about addition, subtraction, multiplication. So this is a gradual development um, from the skills of counting, tallying, hanggang sa makarating sila sa calculus, geometry, algebra, etc., etc. So we will have to go back in time to see how civilizations contributed to what mathematics has become as we know it today. So um, our next slide rather shows that in prehistoric era, there's no records, there's no written records of this time. So that is why it's called prehistoric, because you cannot just tell by looking at scriptures or documents. They still don't have the technology to record uh, everything that happens in their surrounding. So instead, we are looking for um, evidences. They found this Ishanga bone, and they have found out that uh, the age of this bone is around 20,000 years old. So as you can see in the bone, there are a lot of marks. Actually, those are tally marks. They believe that early humans tried to count and record through scratching the bone what they have observed in their surrounding. For example, how many days it takes for um, rain to come, or how many days it takes for the leaves of the trees to fall. So they're simply counting. They don't have the knowledge of like what we know now in counting. They don't designate the first tally as 1 or 2 or 3. So wala pa silang ganong notion noon. Next, okay, the first civilization is the Sumerians. As you can see, these are Sumerian clay and they're used by the Sumerians around 4000 BC to count. Each of these clay stone is equivalent to 60. So their base is not the usual 10. They use one clay stone is equivalent to 60. Also, the Babylonians, um, they use a system of counting. As you can see, there are uh, these are what we call the cuneiform or cuneiform, and they record this by imprinting on a clay when the clay is not yet that hard. The preservation of the markings is because of the clay getting hard, the moisture is removed. So on the right lower part of your screen is an example of a clay that has been uh, etched with cuneiform. So that is from the era of the Babylonians. Of course, we already familiar with this. This type of writing is what we call the hieroglyphs, which was invented by the Egyptians. So they also have a system of writing numbers. They designate rods to indicate whether it is 1, 2, up to 9. But as you can see, for numbers above 9, they designate a specific picture or figure to represent the following numbers. You can see a frog, which is equivalent to 100,000, a finger, which is equivalent to 10,000, and a human, uh, which is equivalent to 1 million. Okay, so that is how the Egyptians are writing their numbers. Of course, you're familiar with this. The Romans uses letters to indicate numbers. In earlier grade levels, like in grade 3, I think, in grade 4, the Roman numerals were already introduced to you. Okay, So for example, 50 is equivalent, or the letter L is equivalent to 50. The letter L, X is equivalent to 70. So L is 50 plus X is equivalent to number 10. So if you put L and 2X after the L, that is equivalent to 70, and so on and so forth. Okay, next is the form of the numbers that we are using today, probably in the entire world. So you have the familiar figure of 0, 1, 2, 3, up to number 9. So this was originated from India, the third millennium BC up to 700 AD. Of course, it didn't started like this. Okay? Through time, na-develop na lang siya hanggang sa ito na yung naging accepted na itsura nila. But yeah, it originated from the Hindu-Arabic culture. Brahmagupta in 628 AD discovered the zero. He invented zero, which has a significant impact to mathematics today. I hope that you remember the civilization that has contributed a lot to the mathematics that we know today. So before we end our session, we will have a short quiz. So get ready. So you have to match the picture with the correct civilization from which it originated. So let's start. For our first picture, sino kaya ang nag-invento nito? Is it the Roman? Letter A, Roman. Letter B, Babylonian. Letter C, Sumerian. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. The correct answer is C, Sumerian. Next picture. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is letter B. These are the Ishango bones, which is believed to be 20,000 years old and from Africa. Next picture. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. The correct answer is Babylonia. Here's the next picture. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. The correct answer is letter A, Egyptian. Next picture. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pencils down. The correct answer is letter C, Roman. Next picture. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is letter A. Still have 2 more questions for our bonus round. So get ready. The Greek word blank, which means what one learns, what one gets to know, hence also study, science, or lesson. Choose your answer from the options below. A, method. B, mathematics. C, mathema. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is matema. Next question. Today, we define mathematics as the study of relationships among quantities, magnitudes, and blank. Is it A, properties, B, properly, or C, size? The correct answer is letter A, properties. Congratulations for answering all our questions correctly. And that's it for our lesson for today. I hope you have learned something new. And until our next meeting, see you guys and have a great day.